In the ancient land of Persia, there was a great king named Darius III. He ruled over the vast Achaemenid Empire, an empire known for its wealth, power, and rich history. Darius III was a proud and determined leader, loved by his people and respected by his soldiers. However, Darius faced a formidable enemy. A young and ambitious general named Alexander the Great had set his sights on conquering Persia. Alexander was a brilliant strategist, and his army was strong and disciplined. The clash between Darius and Alexander was inevitable. The day of the battle arrived. It was a hot, sunny day, and the battlefield was a vast plain surrounded by hills. Darius stood tall in his chariot, clad in shining armor, with his crown gleaming in the sunlight. His soldiers, loyal and brave, were ready to fight for their king and their empire. As the battle began, the air was filled with the sounds of war. The clash of swords, the thundering of hooves, and the cries of warriors echoed across the plain. Darius's army fought valiantly, their hearts filled with courage. They were determined to protect their homeland and their king. At first, the battle seemed to be going well for Darius. His soldiers pushed forward, driving back Alexander's forces. Darius watched from his chariot, hope swelling in his chest. But as the battle raged on, Alexander's tactics began to take their toll. His soldiers moved with precision, using clever strategies to outmaneuver Darius's troops. Darius could see the tide of the battle turning against him. His soldiers were being pushed back, and the once organized lines were beginning to falter. He realized that if he stayed on the battlefield, his entire army might be destroyed. The weight of his responsibility to his people and his empire pressed heavily on his shoulders. With a heavy heart, Darius made a difficult decision. He knew that he had to retreat to save his men and fight another day. Turning his chariot, he signaled for his soldiers to follow. They began to withdraw from the battlefield, their hearts heavy with the pain of leaving the fight. As Darius and his men fled, they were pursued by Alexander's forces. The journey was fraught with danger. They had to navigate through rough terrain, cross rivers, and find hidden paths to avoid their enemies. Each night, they set up camp in secluded places, always wary of being discovered. During their escape, Darius and his men faced many challenges. They had to cross a wide, swift river. The current was strong, and the water was cold. Some soldiers struggled, but with Darius's encouragement, they all made it across safely. They climbed steep mountains, their legs aching with every step. The rocky paths were treacherous, and many times they had to help each other to avoid falling. In a dense forest, they were ambushed by a group of enemy scouts. A fierce fight broke out. Darius, though a king, fought alongside his men, showing his bravery and determination. They managed to fend off the attackers and continued their journey, their bond of trust and loyalty growing stronger with each challenge. One evening, as they rested in a hidden valley, Darius met a wise old man who lived in a small hut. The old man listened to Darius's story and gave him advice. He said, "True strength comes from the heart. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it." Darius took these words to heart, feeling a renewed sense of strength and purpose. Despite the hardships, Darius never lost hope. He knew that his people depended on him, and he could not let them down. His resolve inspired his soldiers to keep moving forward, even when their spirits were low. They encountered wild animals, faced harsh weather, and had to find food and water in the barren lands. Yet, They remained united and focused on their goal. After many days of travel, they finally reached a safe place where they could rest and plan their next steps. Darius looked back on their journey and felt proud of his men. They had faced seemingly insurmountable odds and had emerged stronger for it. The journey had tested their resolve, but they had proven that even in the face of great adversity, they could endure and triumph. As they gathered around a campfire, Darius spoke to his soldiers. "We have faced many challenges and overcome them with courage and unity," he said. "Our journey is not just about survival, but about finding strength within ourselves. We have proven that even in the face of defeat, we can find hope and continue our fight." The story of Darius III's escape became a legend. It was not just a tale of retreat, but a story of courage, perseverance, and the will to fight another day. Darius's journey showed that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one can find the strength to overcome challenges and continue their journey with courage. Though history remembers Alexander as the great conqueror, the story of Darius III remains a symbol of bravery and determination. It teaches us that no matter how difficult the challenges we face, we can find the strength to overcome them and continue our journey with courage and hope. For a list of the vocabulary used in this story, please check the description below.